Hey there folks, John here with Through My Lens, and today I'm coming to you with another knife-related video. Today we're going to be doing a disassembly and maintenance on a Shirogorov F3 NS. Now, to prepare for this, I've never taken apart this knife before, I've never tried to do anything with it, but to prepare for it, of course, as always, I've got my Kerr knife and tool maintenance tray here. I've got my knife pivot lube, lubrication, both the regular and the heavy. I do have the Shirogorov pen tool with the bits ready to go, and I do have a pair of very fine kind of needle-nosed tweezers here in the event that I do need to use these to put the ball bearings back into place. I'm hoping that I don't actually displace any. What I'd like to be able to do is just remove the scale, remove the blade, and maybe somehow the bearings will stay in place. So let's go ahead and begin. I will say before I start the video, I went ahead and loosened the screws a little bit. My thought process here is let me loosen them a little bit on both sides, and then when I remove them, I'll try to keep it flat. This tray has a ledge in it, so if any ball bearings roll off, they're gonna go against the edges here, and they're not going to go everywhere. Hopefully, that's the theory anyway. But again, I'm going to try to keep everything as flat as possible to encourage the ball bearings to stay where they are currently. I do also have some alcohol wipes that I can bring in to clean some areas. It's my understanding that quite recently Shirogorov changed to a thicker lubrication that might actually be a little bit too thick for most people's tastes. It's going to be instead of an oil, it's going to be almost more paste-like, I think. But we'll see when we get into it. The thought is if I clean it and replace the lubrication with knife pivot lube, it might even be more smooth than it is right now. So I've got the bit in the tool to take the rear screw out. I'm going to go ahead and finish taking that out. There we are. That came out nice and easy. And I will change to my other bit for the pivot. Nice and easy. These bits are pretty nice. They go right into the slot. They don't move around, so there's minimal chance of scratching the screws. I like that. Okay. I have both screws removed. Now I'd like to ideally just remove the scale. Yep, the scale came off very nicely. Here's what the underside of the scale looks like, in case you're wondering. There is no writing or engraving on it. So there is some lubrication on it, so I will remember to clean this. I'll set it off to the side for the time being, give myself a little bit of room. Okay, so this is interesting. I was told to expect this. This is one of the reasons why I needed to buy the other bit that I purchased from REK, Razor's Edge Knives. If you haven't already, go and check out my review of the Shirogorov pen tool, but I talked about the fact that it only comes with 3 bits. There are a total of 4 bits that you need to be able to disassemble most, if not all, of the production Shirogorov knives at this, as of this recording. And they make 2 versions of this pen tool, one that comes with 3 bits that basically work with most of the larger knives, and one that comes with 2 bits that works with the smaller knives. And if you want to cover the entire production line, you pretty much are forced to either buy both of them at a cost of $300 each, try to wait for the Shirogorov tool, not pen tool, but the actual bit driver tool that comes with all the bits, or you go to somebody like REK, Razor's Edge Knives, and you get a third-party driver bit, as I have done. So I'm going to use that now to remove this tiny little screw that is in it's in the liner here, the titanium liner. Whoopsie, yeah. One of the problems with this not being ferrous on the end, it doesn't stick magnetically like the other drivers do. There we go. Oh, this is a little tough. Boy, this is tougher than I anticipated. Let me see if I can, maybe I don't need the driver itself. Maybe I can just use the bit. Yeah, that's actually working out okay. Oh, there we go. I just need, fortunately I cut my fingernails and I don't have much in the way of fingernails to remove this. Let me see if my handy dandy tweezers can be of assistance in this situation. There we go. How about that? Okay. Nice long screw. And there's no confusing that with the body screws, so no danger there. Now let's see if I can pop this liner off without causing havoc. I would like to not have to actually lift the knife, because again, I'm trying not to disturb those bearings. There we go. Just took a little persuasion. And I have the liner removed. Here you can see all the milling that's done. And there is the roller track. That's very interesting to look at. That'll focus. Yeah, you can actually see the what appears to be little tracks from the bearings. Now I'm going to take my life into my own hands here, and I'm actually going to try to lift this up, remain flat, to show those bearings on the bearing ring. And again, those are not captured. Those can come out. So let's see how difficult it would be to remove this piece. See if I can do that. Okay, there is some grease that's formed an almost seal. There we go, it broke that seal. Trying to keep the ring very, very flat. I'm going to try to set that right over here. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now I can remove the blade. And you can see the bearings that are on the underside, as well as the milling that's been done on the titanium liner on the clip side. Very neat. Okay. I had hoped there probably wouldn't be much of a reason to have to take the screws out on the other side, and I'm correct in that assumption. I'm going to go ahead and get one of these swabs out to try to clean this rather pasty thick grease that's on the blade. And I'll also try to clean both the scale and the titanium liner, as well as the track. That's working out pretty good. I'll tell you what, this is going a lot better than I thought it would. I will say that the handle screws on this F3 NS are a lot easier to remove than the ones on the Hatian Zero. Those seem, for whatever reason, to be a lot tighter, and you have to put a lot more pressure on the screw backs that they screw into to remove them. I haven't successfully done that yet. I'll have to do a video on that once I do. Clean off this inside of this handle scale here. Boy, that's just really nice. I just love that. Really, really nice. Now we'll clean off the blade a little bit. Both sides. Just noticing here that there is what I imagine to be a serial number. It's in an arc right here. It's a very long number, very tiny. I guess that's probably unique to the blade because there are no serial numbers that I have seen anywhere on the rest of the knife. Okay, got that cleaned off. I'm going to try real hard to gently clean off the bearing track over here. Yeah, I've been really nervous about trying this. Just petrified that I would. I'll be honest, I'm not particularly mechanically inclined. And I could see these bearings just going everywhere on me and losing them. But this isn't nearly as bad as I had expected. Pleasantly surprised. Okay. Okay, I think we've cleaned them up pretty well. So I'll start with maybe putting a little bit of the regular knife pivot lube. You don't need much of this stuff. I tend to be guilty of over lubricating. For sure. Let me see. Let's put this back. We'll put a little bit inside here. That should be more than enough in all likelihood. I believe this is going to go this way. So let me think, how does this work? Yep, the blade goes first. Right, yep, blade goes first. We're going to put the blade back. We got to lubricate the blade first. The detent track with the heavy. Using KPL heavy product. on the detent track here. Go. Okay. Is that right? Yes, that is correct. Now we can put this guy. Why don't we go ahead and put some more regular right around in here. I'd like to try to get some on the pivot itself. And carefully replace this guy. Okay. Now we put Mr. Liner back on. Very nice. I think that's right. Yep, that got it. We'll use our little tool again. Oops. This is probably the toughest part of the whole thing. And it's not that tough. Thank goodness. Well, now I can replace the pivot. Just kind of get it started. Get my large bit in. Oop, helps if you put in the correct end. There you go. There we go. As nice as this is, I still prefer Torx. And the other screw. There we are. There we go. Okay, moment of truth. The blade does appear to be quite centered, well centered. Nothing rattling. Dare I flip the blade? Do we have any bets or wagers that ball bearings are going to go flying everywhere when I flip the blade? Let's see. Hey, that was nice. That was really nice. That actually felt a lot better. I'm going to clean that blade some more, but oh, that's nice. It actually feels a lot better now that I got that factory grease off of there. Let me see if I can clean the blade a little bit more with this microfiber cloth. Very, very nice. Well, there you have it. I have successfully disassembled, cleaned, and reassembled the Shirogorov F3 NS. And I am just thrilled, and you should be too, because if I can do this, that means anybody can do it, because again, I am not particularly mechanically inclined at all. I'll certainly report back if I have any issues from this session, but otherwise I think it was a complete success. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Take care, God bless. We'll see you in the next one.
I hope you've enjoyed this production from the Through My Lens YouTube channel. If you did, please click on the like button and do share the video on social media. If you'd like to see more content like it, please do subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and do check out Through My Lens at www.throughmylens.org.